Alright, so today on Driveway we're going to be tackling this bumper cover and trying to see if we can repair the crack that it has in it. There's a little crack here and a crack back here, so hopefully we can find a way to repair it without spending a bunch of money, because I don't want to buy a new bumper cover and I don't want it to rip apart and fall off. So hopefully we can find something. Stick around and see what we do. Alright, so like I said before, there's a pretty good sized crack here. That's easy to cause just by sliding into a curb. And then there's another crack right up in here, which most likely is still part of this whole mess there, but so we're gonna have to look into how to fix that. Alright, so we flipped it over and you can see this crack starts up here and comes all the way down here, and it keeps pulling away. So that's why we're going to have to tackle that. Now, pretty much all that we're going to be using is just a standard soldering iron, nothing fancy. And to start off, probably just going to test an area to make sure this actually something that can melt, and that can melt it pretty nicely. It's like sometimes you can get a plastic that's resistant to heat, so that's why we want to test. Alright, now the next thing I'm going to do is just clean up everywhere around it with the grinder, so that way we got fresh plastic to deal with. Alright, that's looking pretty good. Give it a little bit of the acetone treatment. Alright, that looks pretty much be there. Got that tightened up. Now we can just come in along the crack. All right, now for the most part, yeah, that's pretty well held together. Now we're going to come in and add some reinforcement. All right. That guy sunk in there. All right, now we got that basically on there. We need some filler material. And I just so happen to have a couple pieces of material very similar to this that we took off that rocker panel from the Crossfire. So essentially what we'll do here is just come along and melt this into the other plastic. So you have a little bit of a thicker base to work with. And especially for these spots that we put the reinforcement pins, all right, that's looking pretty decent. All right, so as a whole, that didn't turn out too bad. You can see the little bit of a scar going on there with the front bumper cover, but that's pretty easy to just sand down and paint over. So I guess next step is shove this bumper cover back on the car, because we'll do all that sanding and that type of stuff at a later time. I just want to make sure that it's not going to continue rip and end up with two pieces of a bumper. So let's get this thing thrown back on the car. All right, now we put the bumper on. All right, that's gonna be it. We got the Tiburon pretty much done, and we'll be through with dealing with it. So on to other projects. Next video, we're probably gonna take an intermission and throw in a little bit of a construction on the house update type of thing. And then we'll move on probably to the Raider, get a couple things straightened out there, and then get that crossfire in here and start working on the big project. So thanks for stepping around, and yeah, thanks for being here. Later.